Well, hello there, Applebiteys. This is your Applebite, Rafael Tavares, talking to you straight from Cradle Con. That's right, Ralphie here, the Written Writ Ralf, talking from Cradle Con, and we're talking to
Francis Kip Stevens, one tough nerd, professional wrestler extraordinaire.
And we have a problem. Somebody seems to be missing. They're not here. They're being very fatherly right now.
Yeah. Somebody had these responsibilities. And who doesn't have responsibilities? The wrestler, apparently.
Yeah, see, man, now Jay's going to show up and he's going to get body slammed.
Or suplex, I could do it all. It doesn't bother me any.
Yeah, it's so funny because I feel like Jay could just show up right here.
He can do whatever he wants.
Oh, Jay.
Hey, how's it going?
So, Jay, we were just saying a lot of nice things about you.
Well, thank you. I'm very happy to be back at Cradle Con after doing some dance recital father things.
Yeah, and we respect that entirely, and we would never make fun of that.
Oh, who would make fun of being a good father?
No. I mean, not somebody with responsibilities, that's for sure. I mean, that's an important thing to do, right?
Absolutely. You want to be responsible. You want to do everything. You have a dance recital on the same day you have a Comic-Con. How do you do both?
You go to the dance recital.
You go to the dance recital.
Yeah, and we would never say we would body slam or suplex somebody for doing such responsible things and being a good dad. No.
I thought we were going to body slam him and superflex him because we just wanted to.
I didn't say any of that stuff. I don't know what you're talking about. This is my best friend in the world, so why would I ever do that to my best friend?
I don't know. I feel like my best friend would be like expecting me to body slam or suplex her.
Remember that time I almost broke your rib?
No, that did not happen because I'm a strong, huge professional wrestler with these muscles. I've been working out, so that would never. That's not funny, man. Why'd you bring that up?
One kick, just one kick, jackpot,
But it was very well placed, so that's how those things happen. It's not important because, again, I am a big, strong wrestler, and maybe the story never happened.
Oh my God! You have to tell me, how did this partnership, this friendship, start?
Well, it's very simple. Like, I admired Jay right from the start. Like, cool guy, really good friend, and, Jay, take it from there.
So we used to work in this weird store named Pathmark. Since out of business, I had nothing.
I remember Pathmark.
I did not do anything to put it out of business. Not a thing. And Kip here, well, I didn't like him much, so I told him so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here I am looking up to this guy, and then right away, first thing he says to me is, we're going to bleep this, you're an asshole.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And from there, I was just like, he knows me. So one day, I think he was wearing a Chris Jericho shirt, and I'm just like, hey, that shirt is pretty cool. And he was just like, thanks. And I don't know why, but that's how you plant the seeds of friendship right there. And then I think he saw me do a jump off the freezer onto a display of bread and was just like, this guy's nuts. I want to be his friend now.
Just so you know, Martin's potato bread does not smush.
I knew that one already. I love Martin's, but it doesn't smush at all.
And this segment is sponsored by Martin's Potato Bread. For all your non-smushed bread needs, get Martin's.
Oh my God. All right, so you guys are partnered up. You guys are here at the cons together, right? You're the writer, he's the wrestler. You even got working on a project together, right?
Yeah, Straight Outta Kipling is definitely in the works. We have page 1, which is just the one-sheet poster that we put together, the origin of Francis Kip Stevens, who is standing right here. The story of how he was bullied throughout his youth and inspired by Hogan and Flair, comes to terms with what he needs to be and steps into the ring with the tormentor of his youth. Currently working on page 2, poster 2. The initial plan is to go through some posters as they sell, bind them and put them into a book once we have about 8.
Yeah.
Sounds really good. And of course, how is it to feel your life story is on the page?
It's very flattering. what I'm kind of blown away by is, like, again, this is very true to life. I was bullied as a kid. We've all had our downtimes. And to see it kind of come to life and kind of realize, man, you know, I really did overcome all these obstacles and followed a dream. It's pretty unreal, and kind of like a lot of people at this Comic-Con doing the same thing in a lot of ways, whether their dream is to be an artist or a writer or a tremendous media person. Yes, or even just the people who work their 9 to 5s and on their weekend do a cosplay. It's very inspiring. So, I mean, I was really flattered by this. And again, the artist made sure I had really good muscles in there, especially in the forearms. I was very flattered by that. Great decision.
Jason Kimball doing the amazing artwork on that, then came to Justin over here and asked him if he would do a shirt, and that's where we get One Tough Nerd.
Oh my God, I saw the shirt. It looks beautiful. I love the art on it. It's just amazing, and it does bring me back to my Nintendo days.
That was the inspiration right there, the Nintendo Power, One Tough Nerd. And I don't know if you guys are wrestling fans, but every time I get in the ring, it does explode like this. There's explosions and shrapnel, and you should hide the children, hide the wives. Here comes Kip Stevens, One Tough Nerd.
And then they hit the reset button on the Nintendo and the ring's back.
There you go. It was just as easy as that. So let me ask you this. I know you're a writer and you have your own writing thing where you discuss writing on the internet, correct?
I do. I do it on my my blog, which is at www.jasonhuwer.com. I update it almost every Wednesday. Summertime hits and I get fatherly again. So, yes.
Responsibilities.
Believe me, I understand responsibility, and I understand trying to get that show out there because I do my own writing show on the Bit and Apple called Written Writ. And it's just amazing to me that you actually can sit down and break apart your, I guess, writing technique.
There's a technique.
So they told me.
Nobody told me that. I just sit down and start typing. It's the weirdest of things. And eventually, all right, so if you don't know, my day job is a teacher. I teach 6th grade students. And one of the first lessons I teach them as we get into writing is that you can't stare at a blank page. So here's the technique. You start typing. You type whatever's on your mind. I have to bleep out some of the words that I type. I tell them I'm bleeping out some of the words I type. They laugh. They're 6th graders. They potty words are a winner. Exactly. And then eventually it flows into something, and everything above that something gets deleted because it's a computer, and we can do that. Then you have a story.
I feel exactly what you're saying because I do the same thing, except what I see is a scene. So I have to write down the scene. And then after that, I'll flow into whatever it needs to be flowed to, but you know, like you said, you can't write if your page is empty.
Exactly. It's weird because you say you flow into a scene. I have to have an ending. I can't write the start of a story unless I know where I'm ending. And when I have the ending, then it's like putting a puzzle piece together.
See, that's one of the things I found out when I started the show, The Written Writ. I wanted to take a journey together with people to become better writers because when I was looking to become a writer and I would read all these magazines and books and all this stuff, it doesn't exactly tell you how to be a writer. It says this is the formula for you to become a writer, but it doesn't show you how to become a writer.
No, I think the best thing that anyone's ever told me is just write. And it's like, it's cliched at this point, but if you're not sitting down writing, you're not a writer. You can read all the how-to books you want. If you're not putting it into practice, it's not going to get better. You're not going to improve. It's funny how people say your first draft is garbage, and they're right. It's just a matter of, can you see it, and can you adjust it, can you change it? And if you're not able to do that, if you're not able to sit at the computer, stare at that blank screen and put words on it, I mean, it's tough to become a writer. And
it's so funny because, I'll tell that to people all the time, just write. Write. And then they look at me like I'm giving them bullshit advice.
It does. Listen, when I started this, that's how it sounded. And it was like, and that's how it sounded. There was no magic answer. It's just the person, you don't have to be the best writer. It's the person who constantly writes. Exactly. Those are the people that become writers.
Right, because they're constantly writing.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. So, there you have it. You can become a better writer. You can do this journey. But now, before we do that, before we go on this journey to become better writers, I want to know where you're going to be next.
Where am I going to be? Well, tomorrow, but you'll probably won't see this tomorrow, I will be in Brooklyn for Wrestle Pro. In the month of June, I will be at Blitzkrieg Pro in Connecticut. I'm trying to think where else. I will actually be making my Philadelphia debut for Super Crazy Wrestling. I mean, I'm always at Creative Pro Wrestling in New York. That is my home federation. And honestly, any place that will have me, any wrestling promotion, any wedding, any bar mitzvah, anywhere you just want to throw me around, I will be there. And at a reasonable price. That's the most important part. I want to make sure that's out there.
But follows are free. Where can they follow you?
At Francis Kip, STVNS, on Instagram, Twitter, and at Francis Kip Stevens on Facebook. Any social media platform, look for me, and I guarantee you will be mildly entertained.
And again, let us know where we can find you.
I am at, hold on, I have to read this. Facebook, J Huwer. Instagram, J_Huwer. Twitter, at Huwer14.
There you have it. Now go do yourself a favor and go find both these gentlemen. If not, we're going to come to your house and make you write.
Just keep writing. Just keep writing. Just keep writing. Just keep